A very good morning to all. We group of two are going to present problem-based task one malware analysis. Um, we group of we group of two are going to present problem-based task one malware analysis. Me, Premnaga, and Lucky Ravichandran. My card matrix is 25 DDT 19 F1030, and my team is Praveen Das and Lucky Sukumar. His card matrix number is 25 DDT 19 F1108. Without wasting the time, let's go to the introduction.
This is our introduction for problem-based task one. The computer forensic investigation in our company generally investigate computer hard disk and other storage. We have unauthorized access or not. They have found one suspicious file name, network pcap. By using dynamic analysis, we are going to run the file with a basic dynamic analysis examine to this file without executing it. It allows us to identify whether the file is recognized as malicious as well as potential provide basic information surrounding functionality. Before that, dynamic analysis is a technique to launch the malware and analyze its behavior during runtime, since we don't want to run the malware directly to avoid any harm caused it by our problem-based task one. Analyze malware sample with basic dynamic malware analysis tools. Okay, this is the tools that we use for our problem-based task one, which is virus total and computer installed with Windows OS. So this is our computer with a Windows OS, which is download it in the virtual machine. And this is the network pcap file, which is downloaded in CDOS. Okay, so the first step is we open Chrome and search the virus total website. We open the virus total website, then we need to drag the network pcap file into the website. So this is the step where you need to choose the network pcap file and press open. Okay, so after dragging the network pcap file to the website will show us that the network pcap file is infected with any malicious. So at here we can see that the network pcap file is infected with cap and Trojan. So there are two antivirus tools which recognize the network pcap file as a malicious, which is Snort and Suricata.
Thank you, Praveen, for your explanation. Now let's see how many PE resources are detected malicious. So as you can see, there are 30 out of 72 detection in the PE resources parent. So you can see the PE resources at the down of the contact IP address. Next, the date of PCAP network trace. So here we can see the date of network trace is the start time, that is 14 January 2005, and the end time is 14 January 2005. So you can see the number of packet and the data size. Now let's identify the DNS request regarding the report. So the DNS request is 1.1.168.192 in the ADR ARPA and plus www.com and www.com.ln. And the snort alert is unknown traffic and atom user privilege, and the suricata alert is potentially bad traffic. And as a conclusion, in this problem task one assignment, we learned to perform a basic dynamic malware analysis in virtual machine without any problem. It was fun for me to do this task, and I learned many new things which helped me in the future. Finally, in this task, we know what do the file virus total used for, and we know how to use it. That's all from us. Thank you. A very good morning to all. We group of two are going to present problem-based task 2 malware analysis. The task of this PBT is install and configure INetSIM software to create a fake server to fulfill the malware characteristic and will trigger the malware. Make sure to test the functionality by trying to browse to any URL. My name is Premnaga Analaki Ravichandran 25 DDT 1030, and my teammate name is Praveen Raj Analaki Sugumar. His card matrix number is 25 DDT 19 F1018.
Okay, this is our introduction for problem-based task 2. So as a malware analysis in Mega Holdings in Berard, we found out that there is a malware that trying to connect the C2C server based on the malware characteristic. me and my teammate need to investigate the behavior of the malware and conduct the analysis to ensure the computer network system is secure in an organization. After running dynamic analysis on that sample, we found that the malware behavior is trying to do handshake between the suspicious URL over the internet and and our company server. We need to install and configure inet SIM software to create a fake server to fulfill the malware characteristic and will trigger the malware. Make sure to test the functionality by trying to browse to any URL. Okay, this is the first procedure, which is step one. We open our Kali Linux and open the terminal and enter the following command, which is ifconfig, which will show us our IP address. Now we enter dh client -v command to request an IP address from the DHCP server. Okay, the step 3 is we open back ifconfig to check to refresh our IP address. Step 4 is we type lsof -i80. This command shows us process listening on port 80 after the type command service Apache to start Apache process by entering service Apache start. So when we type this command, the Apache 2 will start. If you see Apache 2 process as shown below, execute this command to stop Apache, service Apache 2 stop, which is service Apache 2 stop is to stop the Apache 2 service from running. Step 5 on our Linux machine, in a terminal window, execute this command configuration inet SIM. On this process, if you did get command gedit not found, you should install by entering apt install gedit. So this is basically the step to download the inet SIM, to configure the inet SIM in our Kali Linux terminal. Step 6, now we enter gedit inetsim.config command to configure the inet SIM.
Thank you, Praveen. After we enter the gedit instant config command, now we will redirect to this page, that is inetsim.config. At here, we need to make some edit. That is, on line 69 service bind address, we need to copy the service bind address and change the IP to 0.0.0.0. And in the line 207, we need to copy the DNS default IP 10.10.10.1 and paste it on DNS default IP 10.10.1 and remove the hashtag. After we edit the IP, we have to save. If we never save, we can't get the output or we can't get the last step. Okay. Now, after we save it, now we have to open a new terminal and enter ifconfig to get your inet. That is 192.168.0.184. So that as you can see, that is the inet ID. Now, inet also known as IP address. So now, as the next step, we have to move on to the first terminal that we done all the steps. Now we have to press CD and enter inetsem. Now we can get the inetsem log directory and data directory, report directory configuration file. Now the pacing configuration file configuration passed successfully. Like this means we have done our step correctly. Now let's move on to the next step. So after that, we have to go to our window control panel. So as I mentioned before, this practical task require two tools, that is Kali Linux and a window operating system. On our window operating system, we have to go to the control panel and choose network sharing center, and there we have to choose change adapter setting. When you go to the change adapter setting, there will be one pop-up like this. And here you have to choose your adapter. So Kali adapter. So example, I using VirtualBox. So we use VirtualBox adapter and right click it and enter the properties. And now you can see there will be a virtual host only network properties. At there, you have to choose Internet Protocol version 4, TCP IPv4, and you have to edit the protocol properties to like this. So as you see, when you open first, the thing will show use the following IP address at the top. Now we have to change using the following IP address at the top to obtain an IP address automatically, and down we have to use the following DNS server and enter the IP address you get previously. That is this no, this IP address 192.168.0.184. So enter that and save it and press OK. After, as the last step, after you completing all of them, now we have to check our browser. Is our inet server is on fake mode? So check that. We have to enter our IP address at our Mozilla on Kali Linux, and you will get an output like this. If we get same output like this, means we have successfully done our practical task. If in case you never get the output, means we are failed to save our inet sim editor. Where the time we edit, we forgot to save, means it won't come. It will be show no network detect, like that. So we have to make sure we save it, and if we save, we will. If we forgot to save, mean we have to redo the step and do. After we save, we can browse here, and you will get the result like this. Okay, as a conclusion, we need to install and configure INSS software to create a fake server to fulfill the malware characteristics, and will trigger the malware. Make sure to test the functionality by trying browse any URL. So we, as a malware analyst, we try how to make a fake server. Also, is a fake mode, server fake mode HTTP, and a file is an HTML document. And we also know how to secure the handshake between the suspicious URL over the internet and something. As a malware I advise that we always have to know what we are doing and what we are going to do in this project. So that's all from us. Thank you.